Guitar Heroes. All right, today we're going to talk about tuning the guitar down a half a step and why would you ever need to do this. Now, those of you that are following along my lessons, I'm tuned down a lot. And I've mentioned it numerous times that one of the reasons I do it is for singing purposes. I just can't quite get there in standard tuning, so I tune down a half a step. Now, the other reason you might want to think about this, there's tunes that are tuned down a half a step. So if you want to play along with them, guess what? You're going to have to tune down a half. So you might want to consider that. And the last reason, which is probably really important for those of you that haven't played a long time, it's easier to hold down the strings. So if you're complaining about, hey, my fingers hurt all the time, well, hey, tune down a half softens it up a little bit, along with my other advice, which is always use the lightest possible strings, the 0.10. So those are three really good reasons for why you'd want to tune your guitar down a half a step. I've got one guitar is tuned down all the time. My Martin that's right up here, that's always tuned down a half because the songs that I can't quite get to, I use that. Sometimes the other thing, the sound is different too. You get a little bit more bass out of a tuned down guitar. So yeah, that get there. So you got another reason. So you got 4 reasons for that. Okay, so then how do you do it? Well, I mean, obviously, if you have a tuner, a digital tuner, then you're going to be able to tune it to whatever you want. And in this case, what are we going to do? Okay, so we got an E going to an E flat, right? Going down. A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. So that's what you're shooting for. Okay, so a couple ways we can do that. Now, my guitar has got a tuner built in, so it's really easy for me to do that. Now, keep in mind on the guitar tuner, it could say 2 things. So when you tune down a half a step, well, it could. Well, let's see. Let's start at a G, a 3rd fret on the big E. If I go down one, I can say G to G flat. Well, what if I started at F, 1st fret, and came back up? Oh, now it's an F sharp. Yeah, but it's the same note. G flat, F sharp, same note. So keep that in mind. And this is one of the things you need to understand about the fretboard, right, is the sharps and flats. And remember, no sharps and flats in between a B and a C or an E and an F. So that's kind of another lesson, but just keep that in mind when you're looking to tune it down. Now, I found a online guitar tuner that's free, and I use that almost all the time because I don't have a tuner built into my old Martin guitar. And the other thing that you can do is if you just want to use, okay, at one time I was recommending Guitar Tuna. Well, that's when it was free. It's not free anymore. But when it was free, and maybe there's some other ones like this, well, it wouldn't allow you to do anything other than standard tuning. So to make it easier, you could say, okay, well, I want to get a tune down a half, but I can only tune standard. Okay, well, that's when we use our trusty capo. So if we put the capo at the 1st fret, and keep in mind you always want the capo as close to the fret as you can get without being on top of it, right? So that's always nice and clean. You can tune this to standard, but you're on the 1st fret, so when you take it off, guess what? You're tuned down a half. So there's just a couple of ideas on how you can do it. Generally speaking, tuners are available. You should have a tuner anyway. If you got one in your guitar, hey, good for you. Otherwise, there is the online tuner, which I've been using for a while. That's what it's called. I just type in to Google online tuner, and it's not associated with Fender or anything else, just online tuner, and you turn the tuner on, and then you can tune to whatever that you want. Okay, so I hope that makes some sense. What do you want to do it for? Well, you got 4 good reasons on why you want to do it, and it's really not that hard. And if you have 2 guitars, hey, you can keep one tuned down all the time, like I do. Or it's really not that tough. You're not doing it all the time. But if you run into a song, hey, you just can't quite get it, here's a way to solve that problem. And if the song is already tuned down a half and you want to sing along with it, there's another reason. And a little easier on the fingers. Okay, well, I hope you got something out of this lesson out there. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.